Hi and welcome back to my monthly planning series, Plan With Me, this time for the last month of the year 2022, December. I am really excited as always to sit down. I honestly can't believe that it's already been a month since I recorded the last Plan With Me video, because a lot of things have happened in the month of November and at the same time it flew by like crazy. So I'm super excited to dive with you into the different journaling prompts for the month of November and obviously for the month of December as well. So I would say, let's get started. Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Arndt and I'm a peak performance coach and stress management trainer, and I'm super excited that you are here to journal with me about the month of November and plan for the month of December. I am doing these videos every single month for the last over a year now, probably 13-14 months. And I really like this format because it helps me to hold myself accountable to all of the different goals that I'm setting myself throughout the year. And I hope that it will do the exact same for you as well. The way of how this works is super simple. All I need you to do is to get a piece of paper and a pen and to write down the different journaling prompts that I'm sharing with you. I always have 6 different journaling reflection prompts for you for the previous month, this time obviously for the month of November. And then I have 3 different planning journaling prompts for you for the next month, which obviously in this case today is December. All of these different journaling prompts are based off of my peak performance planner that looks like this, and here are all of my responses. And so, you obviously always see me journaling in this beautiful planner and journal. So if you are curious, you can obviously get that for yourself as well. You can find it on Amazon. I make sure to leave the link in the show notes below. And yeah, I think without further ado, let's jump into the reflection prompts for the month of November. And those are: what did you learn this month? What are you grateful for? What can you celebrate this month? How could you make more time next month for what fills your heart with happiness? Brainstorm some ideas. How did you feel physically this month? And finally, when was the last time you added something fun to your to-do list? Brainstorm some ideas for this one as well. And then the journaling prompts for the month of December are the following. Number 1, my goals for the month of December are. Number 2, my self-care goal for this month is. And finally, make sure that you plan your month ahead and that you're really crystal clear on when you're getting your goals done. So those are all the journaling prompts that I want to share with you today. And as always, I will share a couple of insights about my own personal life and about my own personal reflections in order to help you get some ideas on how you can structure these different journaling prompts. And if you have any questions for me at any point in time, I'm super happy to answer any of your questions. So I would say, let's jump into the reflection for the month of November. And the first question that I asked myself this month as well, which was, what did I learn this month? The most important thing that I learned in the month of November is that I can get a ton of things done if I'm being structured, organized, and I'm planning ahead. I was actually traveling the first month of November to Wisconsin with my boyfriend to see his family, and I am traveling again at the end of November next week as I am wrapping up all of these different videos to Mexico. And I had officially really just 3 weeks of crunch time. So 3 weeks of getting everything done that I needed to get done in order to get ready for a month away. And that meant a lot of hours in my work day in order to record all of the videos, create all the content, schedule all my podcast guests. I had, I think, 5 or 6 workshops with corporate clients. I had 8 to 9 one-to-one coaching clients that I'm talking to on a regular basis at the moment. And then obviously I'm also having a lot of other conversations with new potential clients, both corporate and one-to-one. And that was a lot, but I got everything done as always. I'm super proud of myself for that, because I know that it's not always easy to kind of keep that balance between doing all of that work and at the same time also taking care of myself. And so yeah, so I did get that done, and that is what I'm celebrating this month as well. But this is basically the biggest learning that I had for the month of November. The second question is, what am I grateful for this month? And there are, as always, so many things that I feel grateful for, but I think the biggest thing that I'm really grateful for and again that I'm celebrating this month is my team, because I have decided over the last couple of months to bring on different team members to my team that are helping me with running my business. I have a virtual assistant, 2 marketing assistants and an editor. And honestly, without their help, all of this would have not been possible, and I feel like my business is really thriving. I was able to hit all of my business goals this month, which is super exciting for me, and it was a really good moment to actually look back at all of the different things that I was planning last month, because all of the different things that I wanted to get done were done. And I think that's not always easy. So yeah, so I'm really grateful for that team. I'm also really grateful for just progress at home, because we've been doing a lot of remodeling and we've been planning for a lot of remodels at home. And that was kind of an extra layer of stress, honestly, and overwhelm for me, because we had to make a ton of different decisions to remodel our bathroom. And so, yeah, but we got that all done as well, and scheduled and organized and ordered, and everything is coming in time, hopefully. But I'm really happy about that progress. And finally, I'm also really grateful about the physical progress that I made this month as well. And I'll talk a little bit more about this in the next journaling prompt, because that's obviously one of the journaling prompts for the month of November. What am I celebrating this month? I am celebrating this month all of the different goals that I hit for my business. I have a super well-oiled ads campaign running that is bringing amazing results, and I'm super happy about that, and again super grateful for my marketing assistant to support me with that. I am very excited for my first Black Friday sale on my Peak Performance Method program course. I've never done a Black Friday sale before, and my other marketing assistant helped me to create a whole email sequence in order to, of course, reach out to all of my clients. So that is running at the moment as we speak, which is super exciting and really interesting for me to try this new format out as well. And then I'm just really excited for where my business is going. You know, last year I was doing about 76 corporate workshops, and this year I actually set myself the goal to do 100. And I was only able to do 31, so less than half than last year, which is huge, right? Because this is actually the main focus of my business, and it's a really good reflection of where the market is this year, right? I think with people going back to the office, kind of trying to figure out the hybrid working model, and a lot of other internal challenges, obviously, and then going into this recession and companies cutting budgets and hiring freezes and all of these different things had a huge impact on the budget they are usually spending with me. And I am still super proud and happy to report that I was still able to hit almost the exact same revenue as last year. And that was because I was just really grinding, focusing my business on individuals, on individual revenue, and increasing some of my pricing, of course, both for corporate workshops as well as one-on-one coaching, and then finally also integrating and introducing more one-year programs with teams as well. So yeah, my business isn't really where I wanted it to be, you know, when I was looking at my business last year to this year, but you know, with all of the different things and all of the different impacts and influences that happened this year, I'm still really satisfied. Okay, the next question is a long one, so I'm going to read it to you. How could you make more time next month for what fills your heart with happiness? Brainstorm some ideas. And as I already mentioned, I am spending almost a month in Mexico in the month of December, which I'm super excited about. So not really any need for me to brainstorm some ideas on how I can make more space to what fills my heart with happiness. However, I do have to say that I think it's gotten a little more difficult for me recently to really practice my own self-care, because I'm living with my boyfriend now, and that's just kind of a transition period at the moment where we are both figuring our lives out together and our routines out together. And he's actually been gone for a couple of days. He went on a little trip with his friend, and it's been kind of nice, honestly, to just have my space again and to organize my day exactly how I want it. And so one of the things that that's definitely on my mind is how can I create that balance with him as well. So I think a couple of different conversations need to happen, and I need to communicate better what I need, and I just need to create space for it myself as well. The next question was, how did you feel physically this month? And this was a very appropriate question for me this month because I was really trying to pay better attention to how I'm feeling physically, because I've not been really happy with that over the last couple of months. How I think I've mentioned it in a couple of other videos as well. So I felt better physically. I was able to create more space for yoga. I feel like I ate much better, which was super important for me. I haven't had any UTIs, knock on wood, in the month of November, which I've had a lot of issues with over the last couple of months. So I'm really happy about that. Really been trying to focus on my physical health. I would love to create more space for cardio and going to the gym, especially in the winter months, which can be a little bit more tricky here in the mountains and with snow on the ground. And so yeah, so I want to be really mindful to integrate that as soon as I'm back from the Mexico trip. And I also want to spend a little bit more time outside. So yeah, all of these different things are things that are on my mind. And you know, you will see for my self-care goal in December. So I'll just talk about it then. And the last question for the reflections for the month of November is the question, when was the last time you added something fun to your to-do list? And I do have to admit that I did cancel a couple of social engagements in the month of November because I was just so busy with work and I didn't feel like I had a lot of time for myself, which I really need when I'm really busy, that I canceled these social engagements and these kind of fun engagements that I usually love to partake in. And so I think, you know, obviously going into the month of December and having a month in Mexico, I will add a ton of fun to my to-do list. But I also want to be more mindful to create more space for friends and for social activities when I'm back. You know, like I said, I think there was just a lot of things going on, and I will actually record a video on that, on how I got ready for a month in Mexico, because I think it's really interesting to think about the pre and post vacation stress that we experience at work, and I know you do that as well, so I'll talk a little bit more about that in another video. But yeah, I think it's always a good time to reflect on these different questions, and I hope that you're brainstorming some ideas how you can add some more fun to your to-do list if you haven't done it yet. And with that, let's jump into the planning for the month of December, and there's 3 super simple questions. And the first question is, what are my goals for the month of December? And obviously I'm going to travel, and obviously I'm going to take some time off from work. However, I still do have 2 goals for the end of December, otherwise I wouldn't be a peak performer. I want to relaunch my corporate website. This has been on top of my mind for the last couple of weeks, but I didn't have time. So I really want to focus on that in the last week of December. And I also want to create a masterclass for January, and I've done a lot of preparation with my marketing assistant about that, but I need to just kind of finish a couple of things here and there, and so that's my other goal for the month of December. And then the next question is, what is my self-care goal for the month of December? And as you know, I'm always pretty strict with myself. I always create really specific goals on how often I want to work out, how I want to eat. I usually always try to cut out sugar or chocolate out of my diet because I am an absolute sugar addict. And you know, I thought for this month I'm giving myself some grace, and I wrote down I'm just going to enjoy Mexico. I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm not going to set any goals. Of course I want to be active, but I think this is going to happen absolutely naturally, and so I just want to go with the flow this month and not have any specific goals for myself for self-care. And finally, and that's why I said 3 questions and not just 1, because the third one is just super important, is the question, make sure that you are planning your goals into your month, because oftentimes we are thinking about some specific goals, but then we don't really plan ahead and we don't find the time to do these things. And so what I really like to do is to open my laptop and to really look into my calendar and think about, okay, when am I actually going to get that done? And I created a couple of different blocks on my calendar for the last week of December to get these 2 specific work goals done. So make sure that you do that as well. So that's all I wanted to share with you in today's video, the last Plan With Me video of the year, and I'm obviously super excited to see you in a couple of other videos that I have prepared for you in the month of December. We're going to do a video to reflect on the year, we're going to do a video to set intentions for 2023, and then I will see you back here in the Plan With Me planning monthly series in the month of January. So take care of yourself. I wish you wonderful holidays, a good vacation, create some space for yourself, relax, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon and take care.